This year's Dakar has seen a changing of the guard. Katie Wem have won every year since 2001 when they started to paint the desert orange. Next year the Dakar will only be for 450s, and it's got the Aprilias and the BMWs and the brand new Sherco entering the event. David Borghese saying, when we saw the change of the rules for the Dakar, we understood that it was time for us to work on the rally side of things. One of the main things was for us to support the return of the Dakar in Italy after the loss of Fabrizio Mioni. There was really something missing for us. What we've learnt this year is that the Dakar is the Dakar. There is not one rally like this one. We've only had a little experience in the desert on the Pharaohs rally for a couple of years in Egypt, but it's nothing compared to the Dakar. It's hard, but the Dakar is much, much harder from all points of view.
La Dakar è molto più impegnativa dal punto di vista tecnico e da ogni punto di vista.
David Castello, he won the opening stage on his brand new French-built Sherco 450. It was a shock right from the start. The regular 690s were air restricted and they got beaten on the very first stage. Journalists said, well, they came from all over Europe and says, what is a Sherco? Does it really exist? Is it a small insect from the mountains? What is it? Nobody really knew what we were all about. Our advantage has been to make huge surprises at the beginning. Nobody could have expected it. Even the KTM guys from Austria came to see and how the bike was, all in carbon with our modified parts. They asked us what we had done to be so quick. It's a great victory for us, this Dakar. And all of this tees up next year, where it's 450s all the way. A battle royale expected on the final stage of the 2010 Dakar. The battle royale between Carlos Sainz and Nasser Al-Attiyah, under 3 minutes splitting them at the start of the stage, with 206 kilometers of rally driving to go. It's so easy to make a mistake. They could have run on at a junction, but for Carlos Sainz, he hung it out, battling against Nasser Al-Attiyah. On the stage, Carlos Sainz was not victorious, but he lost a little bit of time, but not enough, because Carlos Sainz is the victor of the Paris-Dakar Rally. He's finally put his name in the history books, and he has been victorious by 2 minutes and 12 seconds ahead of his arch rival and teammate Nasser Al-Attiyah. For the Volkswagen squad, he sealed a 1, 2 and 3.
Nasser ici. Hey guys. Oui. Nasser. Ici. Nasser.
Nasser Al-Attiyah battled as he may. He gained time on the Spaniard throughout the stage, and as you can see from our helicam, he was absolutely on the limit. Al-Attiyah saying last night that he was going to push as hard as he dare on the stage, but in essence there just weren't enough kilometers for Al-Attiyah to try and make up the time on King Carlos himself. Al-Attiyah will be back in 12 months' time, happy at his second place, but Al-Attiyah is a winner. He knows that he can win this event, and he knows he can go just one step higher in 12 months' time. Just 2 minutes and 12 seconds between them come the finish line this afternoon. Mark Miller, though, let's not forget about the American who has soldiered on so valiantly for the Volkswagen squad, finishing third for the German squad, just 33 minutes back of the leader. And were it not for some navigational problems and maybe by Mark's own admission driving a little bit too cautiously in the sand on some days, he could have been higher. Stefan Pederhansel, fourth on the stage today, fourth in the overall standings. He lost such precious time with a broken prop shaft on stage 5. Were it not for that, Pederhansel could easily have won this rally. Slight misdemeanor in the last few kilometers, but Pederhansel all cool inside the BMW. Gerland Schischerit won a stage on this year's Dakar for the first time in 4 years. The young Frenchman was battling with his teammate, but only a couple of days ago lost further time, but still 5th position overall for the former freestyle skiing world champion, and surely a Dakar victor in the future. Carlos Sousa, a last-minute drive appearing for the amiable Portuguese, but the Mitsubishi doing him and serving him so well on this year's event. All 5 of the Mitsubishis got to the finish line, and that could only fill them with confidence for next year's rally. Janil de Villiers, victorious at this point 12 months ago, but not to be here in 2010. Losing time with a faulty injector in the first week, he was realistic and he knew that he would have another chance another year. Robbie Gordon, 8th overall, but only by just 2 minutes. It was close for that battle come the finish line. Gordon will be back in his spectacular Hummer. We can't wait. The big cheers were reserved for Orlando Terranova. He'd just come through his hometown in Mendoza just 24 hours earlier, and Terranova clinching a top 10 position at the finish line, 9th overall for the Argentine. Guillaume Spinelli, the Brazilian, backing up Mitsubishi's strength now that they have returned to the V6 petrol engine, 10th for him. The final stage and another victory for Alatia, just half a minute ahead of Carlos Sainz. Shishirit and Pederhansel chasing the 2 VWs 3rd and 4th. But overall, Carlos Sainz clinches the Dakar by the smallest margin ever, just 2 minutes and 12 seconds.
Muy contento.
I'm so very happy. I want to congratulate all of the team, all of the sponsors, Red Bull, Lucas, my co-driver, all the friends who've helped me, all the people who've trusted in me. I could not have expected so much. When I wanted to win the World Rally Championship, well, I did it. I had the opportunity to win the Dakar, and now I've won it. I'm very proud of what I've done, also for Spain. For all the people who have supported me, it's for them.
I was pushing, but you know, everybody know the stage is quite straight, and but I am quite happy I won the stage, you know, and for me, really, I am so happy for 2nd place also, because I try my best and it's okay.
The feeling is that I'm glad it's over. You know, it's been a long couple of weeks. For me, it was a few days ago. I think it was the end. So, yeah, you know, it's nice to be done, and I think we did a good job on the team side. So I'm super happy for Carlos. We've worked together for 5 years now. He's a fantastic teammate. He's helped me a lot, and he's always trying to work for the team, and so I really appreciate that, and I'm super happy for him.
Over the 2 weeks, we've seen that we've had the potential to compete with the leading cars and maybe win. Our mechanical breakage delayed us for a couple of hours, and that's the gap we have today from the winner. Of course, we're a little disappointed, but that's motorsports. It's just like that.
8th place, that's not good enough. We came here to win, so a little disappointed, but we'll go back and work all year. We'll be ready for next year.
What will change for next year?
New car. Be ready.
The trucks didn't have much time to savour the views over the Pampas for the final stage of the 2010 Argentina-Chile Dakar. But it was a stage to savour for Russia's Vladimir Shigin in his Kamaz. He has won the 2010 Dakar in the truck category, an hour and 13 minutes ahead of his teammate and countryman Firdaus Kabirov. And a massive 10 hours, the 2 Kamaz were ahead of Dutchman Marcel van Vliet in his Hinaf. So that means for Shagin, the Tsar, he gets his 6th victory in the Dakar after winning it in 2000, 2002, 3, 4 and 6 versions. He is now level with the Czech Republic driver Karol Laprace in terms of overall victories, a record number being that. The additional cherry on the cake, 9 stage victories this year. Chagin becomes the absolute Dakar stage victory record holder with 56 stages won, i.e. one more than Stefan Peder Hansel. Van Vliet with the Hinaf being cheered on all the way, even though he had a little off-road excursion just towards the end of the stage. So Russia 1 and 2 with the Dutch backing the speed of the Hinaf up with 3rd position come the finish line this afternoon here towards Buenos Aires. Martin Macic with his Liaz wasn't far behind either, all in touch and all in control for the squads from the Czech Republic. But it was Kamaz who were victorious as they waved their flags at the finish line. Russia once more dominating the truck class. It is anything but small in that part of the world. Trucks are big, trucks are news, and the Kamaz are victorious here in 2010. Tomorrow, the final day of the Dakar. It's podium day in downtown Buenos Aires. Hard to believe that 17 days ago the rally got underway from Buenos Aires, but it's going to be a party day for Cyril Desprez, Carlos Sainz and Vladimir Chagin. They are going to celebrate in the capital city of Argentina tomorrow. Make sure you're with us to celebrate as well. More news soon.